po kayo ngayon?
Yes po. And we're live. Hi! Welcome back again to my page sa Pageant Hub for our 8 p.m. habit. Actually, puro 8 p.m. yung mga scheduled live chats ko. So, for today, we'll have on our other line, Miss Philippines Earth, Zamboanga City, Angel Cabanlong. Hi, Angel! Kamusta?
Hi po, I'm Angel Cabanlong, your Eco Angel of Zamboanga City. I'm doing fine po.
Kamusta ang can you give us a personal note about yourself? Parang personal background.
Yes po, I'm 21 years old. I grew up in Zamboanga, but now we are living here in Metro Manila, in Valenzuela. I graduated as a BS Chemistry major in University of Santo Tomas. I am currently working as a research scientist in a manufacturing company. I'm a licensed chemist. I passed the board exam year 2018. So I've been working for about a year and a half now. And this is my very first pageant. I've never done any pageant before. So yes, I'm very pageant newbie and it's very exciting since Miss Philippines Earth is currently doing a virtual pageant. So to be part of something like this is quite exciting and first pageant ko po talaga.
So, ibahin natin yung tanong natin kasi since newbie ka sa pageant, have this changed your expectations in general? No, 'di ba,
Um,
'di ba pumasok ka to a virtual pageant?
yes.
Has this changed your impression sa pageants?
Well, nung first po kasi, yung screening ko po parang February, and yung lockdown po nangyari is March. So basically, wala po akong napuntahan na any events. Yun lang po siguro yung experience niya sa events na yung mga charity events, ganyan. I wanted to experience that, pero syempre since there's a pandemic going on, hindi talaga siya mapupush through. And I think it's okay kasi as long as we have a platform on doing something great, especially now that environmental problems are currently, rising, and hindi talaga siya may iwasan na, mag-shift to virtual competition yung pageant as long as yung advocacy niya and yung purpose niya is nasa-serve pa rin.
So, how was the journey been so far sa Miss Philippines Earth? Aside sa, o yun nga, naging virtual. So, what has been your experience says so far?
Um, Mahirap po actually kasi lalo na nung ECQ, we had to give certain videos, yung mga requirements, ganyan. Pero, ayun po, since ECQ maraming sarado, hindi kami makukuha ng certain like kunwari gowns, ganyan. Because of course, mahirap po na ano natin yung health natin for that. So, ang ginawa ko po is lahat ng gowns na meron ako, like yung mga ginamit ko sa prom, sa debut, yun yung ginagamit ko.
Wow.
And since ngayon po na syempre nag-GCQ na, nag-shift na sa GCQ, I had the opportunity na po to find a designer na and na mag-aayos sa akin. Pero syempre po, ano pa din, take precautionary measures kasi syempre mahirap na po, even though we're on GCQ, kung hindi naman po necessary lumabas, we try not to really, go out po.
Ayun. So, kanina pala yung mention, nasa ano ka rin, nasa NCR ka rin.
Yes po.
So, pareho lang tayo. Kanina kasi, kaya sabi, we're supposed to have this at 7 p.m. Sabi ko, nasa LRT 1 pa ako ng alas 6. Sabi ko, sabihin na natin 8 na lang. So, what has been your favorite part of the contest? Sa mga nagawa niyo na?
I think po, talent, kasi it was, para po siyang naging online talent, di ba? So, for someone na mahilig nga po kumanta, it was quite a journey na paano yung magiging tunog niya sa audience. Kasi syempre, iba po yung live versus sa through ano siya through feed broadcast. So, para sa akin po, nahirapan ako in terms of procuring yung materials na like yung magandang camera, ganyan. But of course, I have to, make use of kung ano yung meron ako dito. So, yun, since I usually post covers on my YouTube channel, may mic naman po ako, thank God. So, yun, I use that. talaga because I also enjoyed yung talent ng iba pong girls. They're really great. And also yung talent sa creative, sa dancing, sa singing, which I am part of. Masaya pong makakita ng ganun na different talent. And I think it's nice to showcase something aside from physical attributes like yung sa casual wear, sa sportswear, ganun, sa long gown.
Ayun. So, iba-ibang experiences actually for most of the contestants. Since how many have I put on live na? Siguro mga ilan-ilan. Marami na rin ako na put on live eh. And then basically we can compare kung ano yung mga sabi nilang mga experiences nila. Iba't iba rin kayo nasagot. So moving forward, kasi usually yung tinatanong namin is, why do you think pageants are relevant in this pandemic? Ako naman babalik ta rin natin yung tanong kasi masyado nang gas-gas eh. Bakit sa tingin mo, Miss Philippines Earth pushed through with the pageant, albeit being online, kahit medyo mahirap? What is the motivating factor in your own opinion?
I think po, since Miss Earth is really of environmental issues are happening. And just because we have pandemic doesn't mean we have to stop raising awareness for that. Kaya I think it's nice that Miss Philippines Earth still continued the pageant even though it's virtual because hindi po talaga mawawala dapat yung essence ng pageant, which is raising awareness for our environment. Of environmental issues are happening. And just because we have pandemic doesn't mean we have to.
Ayun, so, um, can you talk about your advocacy naman?
Yes, my advocacy po focuses on the importance of wastewater treatment facilities and its positive impact on our environment. Since I work at a manufacturing company, nakikita ko po yung importance ng wastewater treatment facilities because if merong isang company or even small entity na hindi nag hindi nagtatapon ng wastewater properly, syempre maapektuhan po yung mga marine biology in the ocean and it will lead to a higher water pollution. And same with what happened to Zamboanga City, which the city I represent. Mataas po yung water pollution doon. So I think it's good that we focus on something that would not just prevent another water pollution like increasing water pollution, but to have a sustainable method in order for us to have to solve that problem kasi hindi lang naman po sa water pollution part yung masasolve ng wastewater treatment facility. It can also lessen yung water shortage. Hindi
So,
siya ramdam sa NCR. But in rural cities po talaga, in provinces, may water shortage pa rin po talaga. So, ayun, I think it's the importance of wastewater treatment. Yun po talaga yung advocacy ko.
since hindi siya ramdam sa NCR,
Mm.
given the chance na you can produce a project on your hometown sa Zamboanga City,
Yes, po.
what will be the first project that you would want to work on?
Yes, I want to focus po sa same with my advocacy, yung wastewater treatment facilities because Zamboanga is surrounded with water po, with ocean. And it's nice, and they have nice beaches then. Like yung Santa Cruz Island, which has the pink sand. Maganda po na gawin siyang, more I mean, it's a tourist spot already. But may mga tao pa rin po na medyo takot because of what's happening, in Zamboanga or in its near provinces. Pero sana po hindi siya maging isang reason for the people na matakot because of some issues. Pero yon, aside from that po, gusto ko ring mapakita na Zamboanga City has clean waters, clean beaches. At yun, I think for, focusing on something that my province already is given a beauty, parang yung sa katulad ng sa Santa Cruz Island, the ocean. So maganda po na mag-focus sa something that would not just benefit the people when it comes to tourism, Pero syempre po, magbe-benefit din siya environmentally because if I focus on something like sustainable ecotourism while focusing on wastewater treatment facilities na hindi mag-populate sa ocean, then I think maganda po siyang parang merge of a project in such a way na yung ocean sa Zamboanga City, not just Zamboanga City in general, but syempre sa buong Pilipinas po, is magkakaroon pa rin siya ng magandang effect and hindi siya magiging polluted.
Ayun. So, yun ang gustong maging project ni Angel. Going to, if she is going to implement it to Zamboanga City. So, moving forward naman sa iyong Miss Philippines Earth Journey, we have the third pre-pageant kung pre-judging na yung sa Saturday, ano, yung intelligence round.
Yes po.
Tama. So, which also determines yung top 16 if I'm not mistaken. So, ngayon, para ma-pump up naman ng konti, let's try to answer pageant questions and pageant-related questions and environment-related questions. Unahin muna natin yung pageant-related questions. I would like to get your thoughts on a couple of things related sa pageants. Sa Miss Philippines Earth, hindi ko alam kung applicable to eh. So, since every girl has her advocacy, all 33 of you, what do you think is the relevance of an advocacy to the pageant that you are in? And how are you going to sustain it, whether you win or you lose the contest?
Yes. I think yung relevance po ng advocacy is basically para po meron kang solid a plan on what you are going to focus on when you win. So for me, I am focusing on the wastewater treatment facilities and its importance. So if ever I win, or if ever I win, I would have something solid and I would have a solid platform as well, which is Miss Philippines Earth. And even though if I lose, I think I can still do my advocacy. I can still help other people to have to raise awareness regarding what is happening in our environment because I with the Miss Philippines Earth 2020, even if I'm just an official delegate, I can still reach out to other people. So it's not just winning the pageant, it's more on being included in the pageant as an official delegate.
Yun. So, ito. If you were to give the criteria of a true beauty queen, ilang percentage ang beauty, intelligence, tsaka ano pa ba? Character sa'yo. Ilang out of 100%, give me your own definition of a true beauty queen. Lagyan mo ng percentage.
I think it would be 30% beauty, 40% intelligence. No, I'll have it 30% intelligence and 40% characteristic. Because being a beauty queen doesn't have, you don't have to be very beautiful. You have to have a good characteristic. Kasi sometimes, kahit maganda ka, tapos yung ugali mo naman is not really, hindi siya, you're not socially, inclined to other people, then you won't reach people. You won't be able to reach out to other people because they will think that yung ugali niya hindi maganda. She's just doing it because she's on camera. So I think for me characteristic is very important because makikita po kasi ng feed ng tao even through lens na kung gaano ka ka-sincere sa ginagawa mo. So it's not just beauty and intelligence. It's a mix of the three. So I think yung sa characteristic yung mas mataas na percentage na bibigyan.
Ayun. So, character is important para kay Angel sa true mixture of a beauty queen. I want to ask your opinion kasi sa Philippines, matindi ang fascination ng tao sa mga beauty queens. Pero sa ibang bansa, kahit maglakad ka ng beauty queen ka, hindi ka masyadong papansinin. Kahit nga minsan daw nakasash ka, hindi ka papansinin. Why do you think Filipinos have been fascinated with beauty queens in general? Oh, hello, Angel. Narinig mo yung question ko? Angel? Wala. Wala siya. Nag-lose ba this? Nagwala siya. Nawala siya. Ay! You're back. Naputol.
Okay.
So, I'm going to repeat my question. Sa Philippines kasi, masyadong matindi ang fascination natin sa mga beauty queens. So, why do you think Filipinos have been so fascinated with beauty queens?
I think Filipinos are fascinated with beauty queens because um Filipinos are fascinated with mga artista po talaga in general, 'di ba? So I think being a beauty queen, parang when they see you through the television, because usually po, 'di ba, televised naman ng mga beauty pageant, they think of you as someone who is a public figure already. So parang nakaka-excite to see someone who is, very, very very beautiful, very poised and elegant na makikita nila sa personal. So I think that's one of the reason why Filipinos really love beauty pageants, and they're very into beauty pageants as well. Kaya pagka nakikita nila sa public place, nasa starstruck sila, because I think one of the characteristic din talaga ng mga Pinoy is yun nga po, mahilig talaga tayo sa mga artista na nakikita natin sa TV, and lalo na po pagka yung tao is, may good characteristic din, na parang you've seen this person through a lens, pero she already radiates positive vibe. So parang mas nakaka-excite po pag nakakita ako ng ganong tao. Especially for me, if I see other people na who I idolize, talagang natutuwa ako. Pero I don't really, parang di naman po ako sa picture, pero nakakatuwa lang na, oh, I've seen ganito, ganyan. So yun, I think that's one of the reasons po.
Next one is another source beauty pageant question na madalas tinatanong. I think you've heard this before when Miss Universe 2015 Pia Wurtzbach in her national pageant answered the think before you click. So, what has been the impact of social media to since considerably millennial ka pa? So, nagulat ako nung una, 21 ka. Or, ano ba tama? Millennial ba tawag dun? Or, medyo mas bata ka ng konti sa akin. So, how do you think has
Gen Z na po ako.
Gen Z, ayun, Gen Z pa si
Ako.
Angel. Ako kasi 29 na. So, si Angel Gen Z pa. So, what do you think is the impact of social media to Gen Zs and millennials nowadays? Na wala do sa panahon ng mga tatay natin at mga ate-ate natin. Ano sa tingin mo naging impact nun?
I think ang isa pong magandang impact is mas nagiging mulat tayo sa mga issues, especially national issues. Katulad po ngayon, there's this rape issue, yung pagsusuot ng clothing ng women. Uh, you know, maganda po siyang platform if you use it properly. Kasi social media, you can reach out to so many people. Hindi lang sa country mo, even sa ibang country sa mundo. So, it has its negative effects, but if you look at the positive side, mas okay po siya if you use it properly. Kasi there are people who uses social media as their platform to, spread awareness, to to spread positivity, lalo na po ngayon na there's a lot of issues when it comes to racism, sexism. So it's nice to have social media in such a way that kahit hindi ka updated sa news sa TV, but there's social media, there's a lot of news platforms in social media. There's Twitter, there's Facebook, there's Instagram, where you can get a lot of news. And you can also, kahit pa paano po parang ma-impact yung pag-iisip nyo na, oo nga, maybe there's something wrong with this certain issue. And you can also voice out your opinion. Pero I think one of the good thing din po is your friends will support you.
Nawala siya. Angel, you there? Narinig mo ko?
Yes po.
Ayun. So,
Opo,
nag-buff ba siya? Nag-buffer or ano, nag-lag? Tama ba? Moving forward, we'll talk about yung, since na-mention ni Angel, yung other issues that is seen in social media. Let's get your thoughts about cyberbullying. If you can share some of your thoughts. Ayun. You're back again. Napuputol siya.
oo nga po.
And since you finished yung sa social media, let's get your thoughts naman about cyberbullying and yung recent issues about sa rape na wag daw magdamit ng sexy
Opo.
kung ayaw ma-rape. So that's ano naman daw expound on that.
Um, yung opinion ko naman po sa cyberbullying. I've experienced that myself because there's a lot of people po talaga na who would see negative in you. And sometimes maapektuhan ka po talaga. Parang, yung buong araw mo maapektuhan ng siring araw mo. But when you see differently sa mga bagay-bagay, mas gusto ko na lang po na hindi patulan yung mga ganon because there will always be opinion about you, and may maganda, may hindi. So it depends on how you take that into yourself. And for me po, kahit naapektuhan ako, I try to be positive and I try to think, sige, they have their own opinions, but we should not just think about the things that we're saying. We should not just think that, oh, this person, she's ganto ganyan, I'm gonna say something sa social media about this person. Dapat pa din po syempre isipin natin, what if sa atin ginawa yon, what would we feel? So it's important to put yourself into other people's shoes kasi hindi siya madali for someone na to be bullied, especially in social media, kasi andun na siya forever and a lot of people will see it and then they'll give their own opinion about it. So but I think one of the good thing din po is your friends will support you. So you'll gain support to other people na, no, don't be affected with those words kasi they're not true. And if you know sa sarili mo na those words are not true, then hindi ka masyadong madadown. So cyberbullying is never a good thing. So I hope that people will think before they say something bad to other people. Kasi what we need right now is positivity po talaga. Especially there's a lot of problems already. So if you add negativity to that, ano na lang po matitira sa mundo. So it's nice to be positive and maging loving po tayo sa each other. With the rape naman po, with the rape issue, I know marami pong gap, like difference when it comes to age, when it comes to opinion. And I've seen public figures, especially I don't wanna like say names,
Oo,
but
oo, alam na natin yun. Wag na tayo
yes,
mag-name drop.
ayun po, I think it's never the victim's fault. Kasi whatever you wear, hindi mo siya kasalanan just because you're wearing something sexy. Just because you're wearing something vulgar. It's your choice. It's the woman's choice. What she wants to wear that she feels confident about. And I think I've seen a museum of clothing that um women who had been raped, and there's a lot of mixture of clothing. May mga naka full, nakatakip naman talaga yung katawan nila, but still they were raped. And I think it's not because maiksi yung suot nila or revealing yung suot nila. It's because of the rapist. So it's not the victim's fault. And to blame the victim is just, I don't even know what to say, because parang just because you're a guy, it's not even a guy. Pwede pong, babae, lalaki, ganyan. But just because you think that a rapist cannot control his feeling na, oh, gusto ko to, ganyan-ganyan, you have to blame the victim because of what she's wearing. So, kasi kahit po, di ba, may mga news na even yung cow ni-rape, yung baby ni-rape, what were they wearing? Di ba, hindi naman vulgar. So, it's never the victim's fault. And if there's no consent, it is definitely rape.
Actually, to add lang, kasi hindi naman, wala rin naman yun sa kung sexy yung tao o hindi. There are some people na ni-rape na, pero hindi naman hindi naman din reveal yung suot or sexy.
Apo.
Hindi sila sexy. Now, doon naman tayo sa pang Miss Philippines Earth na issues. I would want, I will give a topic and you can expound on how it is uh, damaging the environment or how was it changing the environment. My first topic will be overpopulation in Metro Manila.
For the overpopulation in Metro Manila, I think one of the environmental issues that I can give is um, yung waste po natin. Kasi po syempre, the more people there are, mas madami po yung kalat. And it's one thing that we can do about it is really recycle, reuse, think about the things that could, help our environment, like eco-friendly things that could help the environment. So, mahirap pong ma-solve ang overpopulation na problem, especially sa Manila, sa Metro Manila, kasi hindi rin po talaga nabibigyan siya ng malaking pansin. I mean, as much as other projects of the government, but it has to be very, you have to be very like aware of what's happening. Kasi hindi lang naman po overpopulation yung problem. There will be countless of waves of problem that would come from the overpopulation issue.
So, ayun, just to add lang, di ba recently, I don't want to go politics, pero ang dami nilang binalik na nasa Metro Manila to the provinces na parang
Yes.
kulang-kulang sa planning. I guess there should be a systematic way of trying to get people back to their hometowns para ma-decongest ang Metro Manila.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really contributing to our environmental problems kasi nga hindi rin naman napapractice yung, for example, yung proper waste segregation and all.
Yes.
My next topic would be yung something close to your advocacy, yung water pollution. I mean, evident ba siya dito sa atin sa NCR or what are your thoughts about it?
I think evident po siya sa Metro Manila because I don't think if you remember the news, nung kaumpisahan pa lang ng ECQ, there were pictures na nakakalat na yung Manila Bay is nalilinis daw because, the water turned blue.
Ay, oo.
But after research po, it wasn't really because nalilinis siya. It's because of wastewater that a lot of companies and manufacturing companies are throwing into the ocean. So, siyempre po baka it could be bleach, mga different kinds of chemicals na ginagamit sa manufacturing company. So dun pa lang po you can already see water pollution. So it might not be very, hindi siya sobrang halata man, but there are really cities here in Metro Manila that is affected and has high water pollution po. Especially yung mga malapit sa ocean, like yung sa may pier, yung Navotas,
Mm.
yan. Yung mga ganong area po, makikita nyo rin po kasi talaga na yung families there ay yung kumpul-kumpul sila, tapos they're like near in the ocean. So, dun pa lang po, without proper wastewater treatment, dun talaga dumediretso sa ocean yung mga waste nila. So, dun pa lang may water pollution na. So, in Metro Manila, lalo na congested nga po yung area, syempre there's a high water pollution po.
Nowadays, na ngayon sa mga cities, I don't, same I guess with provinces. If you look at it, siguro mga 10 to 20 years ago, may makikita ka pang mga space and all.
Mm-hmm.
Ngayon na puro buildings na yung nakikita natin, especially dito sa NCR. How do you, what are your thoughts about industrialization and na contributing to environmental problems? Of course, we would want yung mga modern facilities na na-experience natin. Pero there is always the downside. So, what are your thoughts about it?
For me, industrialization is never the problem kasi syempre po, kailangan din natin maging advanced. Kailangan nating makisabay sa ibang country in order for our economy to boost. Pero I think one of the problem is nawawalan po kasi tayo ng greenery, ng green zone. And one example that I can set is Singapore. Singapore, marami silang buildings, di ba po? But still, their environment, they still have green zones. And that's because of the efforts of the government and even private entities. So aside from focusing on the industrialization, we should also focus on things that could help benefit the environment as well. Maybe, we should not turn every greenery into pabahay or like, yung mga ganun pong issue. Because uh, hindi naman po siya dapat maging problem in the first place, like the industrialization. Kasi it's one thing that would benefit our country as well. Aside from that, it can also boost our tourism. So we just really have to make sure na magkaroon tayo ng magandang program that would benefit both the industrialization part and of course the environmental part.
Ayun. So, yun nga. So, just to add, yung mga buildings natin, I guess it's part of having the modern situations na sa time natin and hopefully magawa ng solution. Pero
Yes.
parang ang hirap, especially dito sa Metro Manila, parang ang hirap na niya gawan ng solusyon. Kasi everywhere, may bakanteng lote later on, after 2 years, madedevelop na into building na
Yes.
meron ng commercial setting. So parang, I hope na we can have a way para to start on our own, siguro, hopefully.
Yes.
Ayun, so, with this trash going on, alam na, cliche na yung reduce, reuse, recycle. Alam na natin yun. Pero actually, bihira siyang magawa. Kahit na sinesegregate mo yung mga trash na, yung mga usual na colors. If given the opportunity, paano mo ma-encourage yung mga fellow Zamboangueños mo or kung nasan ka ngayon sa NCR?
Valenzuela po.
Ay, nasa Valenzuela. So, yung mga nasa community nyo dyan sa Valenzuela, how would you encourage people to segregate trash, yung reuse trash, reuse yung pwede pang ma-reuse?
Opo.
Ayun.
I think I want to start sa schools because may mga projects po tayo na, for example, yung reuse and recycle. There are many household materials that we can reuse and recycle and turn them into something that can be useful. Pwede po yung mga soft drink bottles natin, gawin natin siyang plant pot. Especially ngayon po na uso ngayon yung mga plantitas, ganyan. So, uso sila ngayon. So, since uso siya ngayon, pwede natin siyang gawing something that can help benefit the environment as well, which is, yun nga po, turn some household materials into something that is useful. Aside from that po, yung mga school projects na alala ko dati, may mga school projects kami na, oh, kailangan yung gumawa ng parol out of ganito, ganyan, ganyan. Dapat 100% recycled, ganito siya. So, it's nice that we teach children how to do those things kasi may instill po yun sa character nila and sa mind nila that it's nice to help the environment even in own little ways. Kasi, syempre po, kahit maliit lang yung bagay na ginagawa natin, it will still lead to something big kapag lahat na po tayo nag-contribute to that. And also po, I think one of the problems din when it comes to segregation is that sometimes yung mga truck po na nagko-collect, dun pa lang, di na po siya nasusunod. So aside from that, government implementation of that, na from kapag kahit po kanari kami, we do segregation of our waste, pag kinukuha na siya ng dump truck, wala na, hindi na siya nasa-segregate. So I think it's nice that the government would also provide projects and siguro maturuan na seminar yung mga tao na involved doon para at least from the efforts of the people, of the residents, mapunta po siya sa taas, sa mga, sa government officials po natin.
Ayun din yung observation ko na kapag kumuha na ng basura ang dump truck, basta
Yes.
baba na yung kukuha tapos i-shoot na doon sa truck, okay na yun.
Opo.
So parang hindi na siya napapractice na kahit anong segregate mo, sama-sama na rin siya. With this, since na-mention mo na rin, how can, it's not always naman na, siguro narinig mo yung salitang asa naman yung mga yan sa gobyerno eh. So, I would like seek your thoughts on how can private entities and the government meet halfway to solve environmental problems?
For me po, the bigger contribution should be on the side of the government talaga. Kasi focusing on the environmental issues, ang magbe-benefit naman po talaga doon is, the country. So, ano po ba ang role ng government? It is to, provide for the country. So, maganda po na may tie-up with a private entity. Pero syempre, sa government po kasi talaga dapat yun mag-umpisa. Like, for example, yung Clean Water Act, yun po yung isa din sa advocacy ko na nagpo-focus din po siya sa mga manufacturing companies na dapat they should implement wastewater treatment facilities. Dapat sumunod po sila doon. So, if government offices hindi naman po nila pinaprioritize yun or they don't even check if manufacturing companies are following that rule, then wala din po. Kumbaga, hindi din, parang wala lang din yung nagawang act na yun, nagawang unang siyempre po, hindi lang naman private entity yung talagang yung buong country po. So, I've seen a lot of people din, mga NGOs na tumutulong with when it environmental issues. Tapos may tie-up din po sa government. So, good namin sa Zamboanga. Actually, nung ECQ po, syempre po nahihirapan yung mga fishermen. So, ang ginawa po ng Zamboanga City government is that they made sure na lahat po ng produce ng farmers and yung mga nakuhang fish ng mga fishermen is nabebenta. So, yun po yung mobile palengke. Kumbaga, instead of, mga usual canned goods, usual ganito, ganyan, yung mga produce po talaga ng local farmers yung binebenta nila in order for them to help din po yung mga farmers na nahihirapan sa situation.
Okay. So, yun pa lang sa Zamboanga. So, nabenta lahat ng mga na-produce na fish ng mga fishermen and the continue din yung mobile palengke. Actually, dito rin sa atin sa NCR, meron din yung mga mobile palengke
Opo.
during ECQ. Now, yung next topic natin is about deforestation. So, yun nga, connect natin sa kanina with yung modernization ng communities means lesser greens. How if you given a chance na, 'di ba, ewan ko, narinig mo ba yung balita na yung planting a tree is considered as a law yata or something? Parang kailangan
Opo,
mo
parang yung
mag-plant.
one student. Mm.
So, how can you encourage people as a delegate of Miss Philippines Earth to actually participate in this causes of planting trees na mag-relieve natin as legacy behind after we have our lives ended?
I think ang magandang way po niyan is to have people realize na there's a lot of issues na nako-connect because of deforestation. Kaya po bumabaha, kaya may landslide, ganito ganyan. So hindi lang siya isang problem, it causes a lot of problems as well. So I think it's nice po na maging mandatory siya na to plant at one tree per person. Kasi syempre imagine how many Filipinos are there, and when time comes na mauubos po yung ating natural resources, and dapat hindi yun mangyari. So in order for us to prevent that, it's a nice idea, it's na magkaroon po tayo ng yung ganon na plant a tree, kasi importante po talaga yun. Even our company, we do that. We have parang corporate cost, and that one corporate cost that we did last year was to plant a tree. So hindi lang po siya, kahit hindi ka nag-aaral, kahit hindi siya school entity, kahit private entity, you can do that. Para din po yun, of course, for environmental awareness din sa mga tao.
Ayun. So, we'll end our environmental issues there. So, let's go back again to your Miss Philippines Earth journey. You're wrapping up the events in 3 weeks, I guess. So, 17 na ngayon. So, more or less mga 3 weeks. So, I would like you to complete the two statements. Number one is, two questions from me pala. Number one is, if ever given a chance you will win Miss Philippines Earth, what will be the first thing you will do the next day?
I think for me po, uh, I would pray, I would thank God. Kasi syempre, for me, a pageant newbie, I would never really expect to win this pageant because I'm not really experienced. I'm not like other girls who had so many experiences in different kinds of pageant. And ako po talaga kasi nag-focus ako sa studies ko. And I never even saw myself joining a pageant. Kasi ang huli ko pong pageant I was like 6 years old for Little Miss Zamboanga. And syempre po pag bata ka, parang, oh, sumali ka sa pageant, ganyan, ganyan. So for me, it would be a dream come true because winning something that you've wanted for such a long time, and to have such a solid platform on your advocacy that you're really passionate about, is something that that you should be praying and thanking for.
My next question would be, yung towards this competition, what have you discovered about yourself na hindi mo alam na, uy, kaya ko pala yun. Pero sa Miss Philippines Earth mo lang siya nalaman?
I think po yung pagiging creative, kasi ako po talaga hindi ako artsy person, but kailangan, one of the things that we have to do is provide backdrop whenever we have events or like pre-pageant activities. And ako po, naka-stuck lang ako sa bahay. I don't go anywhere else to take videos kasi nga po CQ. Nagkakaroon ka po ng parang idea na on how to make your backdrop more attractive, ganyan. So being creative and being very patient kasi mahirap po na wala pong handler. I don't have a camp as well. So talagang ako lang and yung mom ko, ganyan, yung mga friends ko na tumutulong sa akin, talagang kami-kami lang po. So, having a creative mind and patience na, we're gonna get through things. I even edit my own videos that yung pinapasa ko po sa Miss Philippines Earth. So, yun na, parang natetest yung creativity ko and as well as, patience.
So, ayun. Naging creative bigla si Angel dahil sa Miss Philippines Earth. Nagkaroon siya ng mga ideas para gumawa ng backdrop. So, I guess yun yung biggest challenge ng Miss Philippines Earth is how to present yourself
Mhm.
still in a very good way. Like, for example, na-observe ko sa mga fellow Eco Angels and pati yung sa part mo rin na parang pabongga ng backdrop.
Actually, opo.
So, parang papagandaan talaga ng backdrop every competition. So, and some of them actually go pa some place else, if I'm not
Opo.
mistaken. Yun, para
Yes.
lang doon sa actual competition na yun for 2 hours.
Mhm,
So,
mhm.
since virtual yung pageant, meron ka bang mga naging friends or ka-FB or ka-exchangean mo na, uy, kamusta na tong ganito,
Mhm.
susuotin mo sa ganito? Meron ka ba naging friends na,
Um, Meron po kasi I did a video, yung Rise Up cover po namin. Naka-upload po yun sa Miss Philippines Earth Facebook page and its YouTube channel. Kasi
mm,
that was during ECQ po and I've seen a lot of people struggling because of this pandemic and I wanted to share something that is very meaningful and I want to use my talent. And kaya po ang ginawa ko, I asked four of my eco sisters, that's Miss Shane Quintana Tormes, Miss Gianna Yanes, Miss Angeline Santos, and Miss Daniela Fernandez. We sang Rise Up by Andrade. Five po kami. And I edited also the video for that.
hindi ko pa siya napapanood actually. Yung cover nila Angel, hindi ko pa napapanood. So, ayun. I guess I have to figure that out later kung gusto kong mapanood yun. Now, antayin natin bumalik yung connection ni Angel. Yun, wala na siya. So, we'll just, wait for Angel to connect again. Then we're going to end this. On Sunday, we have Miss Philippines Earth Pasig City Iris Mabanta on Pageant Hub. And on Friday muna, we have Ivana Pasis from Miss Universe Philippines. Nasaan na kaya siya?